Namaskar, Sat Shri Akal, Salam, hello dosto. So in this new year, welcome you once more to our regular weekly market outlook series, weekly market outlook on your favorite financial education YouTube channel, stockincome.in. Friends, I am Alok and we do this series regularly and I share my opinion, my analysis on the markets. So let's see what I have got for you for this week that is starting on 16th of January. 16th of January वाले हफ्ते में के बारे में मेरा क्या एनालिसिस है, आइए देखते हैं, आपसे मैं शेयर करता हूं। सो हम हमेशा की तरह इसको दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करते हैं, न्यूज़ और डेटा ड्रिवन फैक्टर्स और टेक्निकल फैक्टर्स। हम एक उसके बेस पे एक फोरकास्टिंग करते हैं कि मार्केट कैसा होने वाला है, राइट। सो लेट्स सी व्हाट न्यूज़ सेज। सो न्यूज़ में अगर बात करें की इंडाइसेस वीकली बेसिस पे निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी बोथ आर ग्रीन, दो ओनली माइल्डली, सिर्फ थोड़ा ग्रीन है और ये भी इसलिए क्योंकि कल एक बहुत अच्छा रिकवरी मिला हमको, बट मार्केट्स हैव बीन लार्जली फ्लैट। सो निफ्टी फॉर द वीक इज अप 0.54%, बैंक निफ्टी 0.43%, राइट। और अगर यूएस इंडाइसेस की बात करें तो वहाँ अच्छी तेजी देखने को मिली है हमने, सम डिसेंट अपस्विंग, S&P up by 2.67% and Nasdaq which has been heavily underperforming, बहुत नीचे चल रहा था Nasdaq, that has given some nice returns this week, 4.82% ऊपर हुआ है इस हफ्ते Nasdaq. So it's greenery all around, which is good news especially for the bulls. FII और DI डेटा की बात करें इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, so the FIIs have been net sellers. In fact उम्मीद था कि FII न्यू ईयर में वापस आएंगे बहुत स्ट्रांगली, अभी तक ऐसा कुछ नजर नहीं आया है. So FIIs in this week have sold to the tune of 9,605 crores. DIs have compensated that by buying a little more than that, 10,043 crores. But for the month of January so far, अभी एक डेढ़ हफ्ता जो हुआ है जनवरी का, उसमें FIIs have been net sellers for more than 17,000 crores and DIs have been net buyers for about 13,000 crores, little less than that. So FIIs selling, DIs buying, but DIs have not been able to match their buyings for the month as a whole, right? So this again is a matter of concern. We remember last one and a half year FIIs pulled out a lot of money, बहुत पैसा उन्होंने बाहर से निकाला. In fact, highest ever pullouts of money happened in 2022, right? इतना इससे पहले लीमन क्राइसिस के टाइम भी इतना पैसा उन्होंने नहीं निकाला था 2007-2008 में जितना 2022 में निकाला है. So and that is why expectation was कि इंडिया मार्केट में पैसा वापस आएगा, पर शायद आएगा, बट अभी ऐसा दिखने को तो नहीं मिला है. Let's see. India VIX is pretty stable these days. थोड़ा सा गिरा है इस week, right? 3.76% गिरा. It is at 14.46 levels, which is fine. It is close to the near normal long-term historical averages. अच्छा है. That shows कि ना ही market में unnecessary enthusiasm है और ना ही unnecessary fear है. So market seems to balance if we go by the VIX. It's a good sign for everyone. Crude oil में थोड़ी तेजी देखने को मिली है. Crude oil jumped 8.87% this week, right? And Brent crude closed at 85.47. The core reason is China opening. China, we know, had very strict zero COVID policy. They were not tolerating even a single case. So there were cities after cities were shut down. उन्होंने lockdown लगाया हुआ था. But because of lot of local protests, lot of things like growth had been stunted, काफी इनको इकोनॉमी में भी दिक्कत आ रहा था, तो उन्होंने ओपन अप करना शुरू कर दिया है. The moment China opens up, the factories start, the working starts, economy opens up, economy shifts gears, and demand for crude increases. Remember, China is the biggest importer of crude. India is number 2 in the world. So उसकी वजह से और उसकी कुछ expectation से भी crude has jumped up by 8.87% this week. Otherwise, demand of crude from other parts of the world has largely been muted. Okay, result season शुरू हो गया है. Q3 results are beginning to come in. As always, IT companies are taking the lead, right? So TCS was the first large company, practically the first company to announce their results this week for Q3, and the results have been in line, right? They've missed the margin expectations slightly, but have done a little better on the revenue front than the expectations. All in all, in line to mild positive, we can say. After TCS, Infosys, HCL Technologies and Wipro have also announced their results, and results have largely been in line or slightly above expectations. So it's very good to see no negative surprises here, right? So because there's some market participants were worried about some negative surprises. That has not happened. Management commentary is also fairly good. They're talking of long-term and large long-term deals continuing, lot of large deals being won by them. So all that seems to be in line, right? But nothing very exorbitant, also nothing too exciting also, right? So which is good. अगला हफ्ता रिजल्ट्स का जो है सीजन जोर पकड़ने वाला है. So there are a lot of good big companies coming up with results next week. Keep an eye on them. HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank, Asian Paints, Hindustan Unilever, LTTS, HDFC Life, JSW Steels. Metals have been in bit of fashion last few days. So ये सब companies अगले हफ्ते रिजल्ट Q3 रिजल्ट्स डिक्लेयर करने वाली है. Keep an eye on them. That results do tend to help decide the gauge of future direction. Okay. US consumer data इस बार आया है, better आया है, right? It has declined to 6.5% in December compared with 1 year earlier, right? So उससे क्या हुआ है that there is a feeling, there is a much higher consensus now that अभी Feb end में जब उनका meeting होने वाला है, right? Feb में US Fed का, they may increase the interest rate by only 0.25%, 25 basis point. अभी तक ज़्यादा डर ये था कि 50 basis point increase करेंगे, but अभी consensus या larger people number of people believe that they'll increase lesser because inflation थोड़ा सा कम आना शुरू हुआ है, control में आना शुरू हुआ है. They might still increase by 50 basis points. We can't predict that, but chances are the belief is more and more people believe that 25 basis point ही increase करेंगे. While US inflation at 6.5 is still very far from the target level of 2%, right? So Fed is not going to let go. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला है कि Fed इसको interest rate increase को बंद कर दे, because अभी उनके target से दूर है. But yes, it has begun to taper down a bit, and Fed might also move in that direction, right? Okay. So अभी लगता नहीं है कि उनके target पे पहुंचने वाला है, right? So markets but are little happier when they see the interest rate may not increase that by that speed. Okay. इंडियन इन्फ्लेशन की डेटा की बात करें तो यहाँ भी कुछ पॉजिटिव न्यूज़ है अपने पास. सो CPI बेस्ड इन्फ्लेशन इज ईज टू 5.72% इन दिसंबर वर्सेस 5.88%. ये दोनों महीने ये टारगेट जो टॉलरेंस रेंज है, टारगेट तो नहीं, टारगेट इनका 4% का इंडिया का RBI का मैंडेट, बट द टॉलरेंस रेंज इज 2% प्लस एंड माइनस. सो 2% total to 8% to 6% is in within the tolerance range. They want it close to 4%. So 4% से थोड़ा अभी भी दूर है, but tolerance zone में आ गया है. So that is why even we might not see very steep rate increases going forward. Maybe RBI still decides, MPC decides to increase rate, a small increase further also, but I don't think many rate increases are expected in the Indian market. और उससे हमें रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स को क्या करना है? See, interest rates are at all multi-year highs, right? So जो debt instruments होते हैं, they are giving us very good returns at this point in time. I think it's a good idea to lock in that. So maybe you want to buy some good debt instruments, right, which have good returns, fixed returns, right? Because मुझे नहीं लगता कि interest rates से ज़्यादा बढ़ने वाले हैं. Again, this is what I think. My personal opinion, I could be wrong, I have a right to be wrong. I'm just sharing what I feel, right? I'm not recommending that you go and buy this or go and buy that or don't go and sell this, right? I'm not a SEBI certified advisor, right? So do your own research. My feeling is interest rates are near high. So if for me, I might be looking at buying some debt instruments so that I can lock in the returns for next few years, right? Okay. So अगर हम इसके बाद बात करते हैं टेक्निकल्स की, तो टेक्निकल से पहले मैंने ऑलरेडी बोल भी दिया है, स्टैंडर्ड डिस्क्लेमर वीडियो जो है ये ओनली एजुकेशनल पर्पसेस के लिए है, राइट? सो देयर इज नो गारंटी ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस और रिटर्न्स हियर, राइट? सो डू योर रिसर्च, कंसल्ट अ सेबी रजिस्टर्ड एडवाइजर. ओके, ये है निफ्टी का डेली चार्ट. अगर हम निफ्टी के चार्ट की बात करें तो करंटली Nifty is at around 17,950, right, or so, right? And हमको काफी कंजेशन दिख रहा है यहाँ पर, right? Nifty is struggling to move this way or that. 17,800 पे बहुत अच्छा सपोर्ट हमको मिलता है, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट मिलता है. Nifty has not gone below that in last few days, but hourly closing 17,800 से नीचे हमको नहीं मिला. Right, Nifty has breached that level, not closed on an hourly basis. So there is no conviction of having that level having been broken, right? and then we see a very strong support at 17,400, right, and support levels below that also. On the upper side also there are levels to cross. 18,260 is a very good resistance, right. Markets might find it difficult to cross that level. उसके बाद 18,500 पे बहुत अच्छा resistance हमको दिख रहा है, right. So all in all, while we have plotted various levels where market might take a consolidation, might not be able to cross that level on the lower side or upper side, हमने कई सारे level mark किए, आप देख सकते हैं screen पर. All in all, I believe for this week, which is starting 16th of February, markets might likely to stay between 18,500 on the upper side and on the lower side at 17,400. Okay, options data को देखें तो यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे तो near ATM काफी congestion है, right? Especially on the call side. So call side highest open interest is at almost at ATM 7,900, but there is a very good open interest even at 18,000, 18,100, 18,200, 18,300, right? So concentration यहीं पर ही है, which means market might find it very difficult to go up, right? और कुछ ऐसे picture हमको put side पर भी दिखता है. Put side पे ATM levels, it's the highest open interest, and that interest has increased yesterday. So recently people have taken positions there, right? Which means they now believe, as per current their understanding and reading of the market, they believe 7,900 may not be broken, right? So there's a lot of support happening here also, but if it begins to break 17,800 begins to break, then things might go on the downside, right? So again, our feeling is 17,400, 500 is a good support, and on the upper side resistances तो immediate हैं, but 18,200, 250 is a good resistance, and if that is breached, 18,500 is the place where markets may not be able to go beyond for this week. Long term में तो ऊपर भी जाएगा, नीचे भी जाएगा, we don't know. Okay. And before I talk about Bank Nifty, friends, let me remind you, we are present not only on YouTube, we are present on multiple other social media, which is Insta also, right, and as well as on Twitter, right. So I'd like you to go there, subscribe to our channel so that you get a lot of useful input from there also. There's a lot of, just the way we post weekly market outlook on YouTube, we post daily, on a daily basis we run a series called Market Student Tomorrow on Insta. उसको आप देखेंगे तो आपको रोज के मार्केट के बारे में हमारा ओपिनियन मालूम होगा. So maybe that helps you, right? And besides that, there are a lot of learnings, micro learnings, etc. also on this channel. So my request to you is go back and join those also, subscribe those if you haven't still done that. All right? Let's move to Bank Nifty. Looking at Bank Nifty is interesting picture. Bank Nifty was in leadership position till last couple of few days back or weeks, and recently it seems to have given up that leadership position. So Bank Nifty is has come down a bit from it seems to have lost some strength. At the same time, it is at very close to support levels, right? So right now Bank Nifty is at 14,370, but at 41,600 is a very strong level. And अगर आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर स्क्रीन पे, तो जब भी इसने उसके पास आने की कोशिश करी है, it has reversed sharply. So it may not cross that level. I feel on the worst case scenario for this week, it can go down to 40,800, may not go down much below that. On the upper side, 43,600 is a reasonable resistance, and 44,200 is a very strong resistance. So my sense, market Bank Nifty between 44,200 to on the upper side to 40,800 on the lower side for this week, right? ऑप्शन डेटा की बात करें तो ऑप्शन डेटा में भी हमको यही दिखता है कि 43,000 पे बहुत अच्छा एक रेजिस्टेंस दिख रहा है, एंड ऑन द लोअर साइड 42,000 पे स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट है. दैट सपोर्ट हैज बिल्ट अप रिसेंटली, बिल्ट अप यस्टरडे. 126% तो कल ही बिल्ट अप हुआ है. सो इट सीम्स दैट मार्केट्स माइट स्टे इन दैट रेंज as we discussed, right? So that is all that I have for you, friends, for this week. As always, thank you so much for spending your time with us, your comments, your likings, your sharing of this channel, and keep subscribing, keep coming back. If you haven't clicked the bell button, right, the notification button, do that now so that you do not miss out on any of our videos, any of our events. Thank you so much. God bless you. Jai Hind.